I just felt like the enemy was just like life hasn't stopped. It waits for no one. Knocking, hitting me. Let's get to it. Swinging, left and right, to just right, left, uppercut, slant. Like, we are not doing that. Welcome back to the channel. I'm not even gonna say it because you already know it's been a long time. Let's just get to it. I wanted this video to just be like a quick little chat. Well, I don't know how quick it's gonna be because I'm gonna be doing my makeup. Yeah, I know how that go. But a little chat type of video. I already started on my brows. And I just wanted to recap the year. Let's catch up. I'm trying to play around with a setup in our content room. We still figuring it out, but let's start, shall we? This year. Woo! Woo! Y'all already know this year has been kind of crazy. This year has been nuts, okay? It is the day after Christmas, so it's the 26th. And when I tell you, I am excited about a new year coming in because I'm ready for this year to just wrap it up, okay? Wrap it up. Let's just do what we gotta do to get to the next one, okay? I don't have a primer. It's one thing I need to get. But anyway, yeah, I'm ready for this year to just it literally this year literally started off going crazy. It wasn't even like, oh, let me give you a couple days. No, it was January 1st. We in there. Let's get to it, okay? It was January 1st. Things just started going haywire. Mind you, I was already pregnant at this point with Skylar, so I think I was like 3 months, and things got crazy. It just got crazy. I was having issues with family. It was a wild ride, and it took a major emotional toll on me. And being that I was pregnant, I was already hormonal. It was just not given, and it was a lot. Okay. I also, where's my thing? Hold on. I ordered this thing from Amazon, and it helps with keeping makeup and stuff out your face. So, all right, yeah. So it was a really hard time. It was difficult, and then shortly after that, obviously, we announced that I was pregnant with Skylar. That was the first. On my birthday was actually the first time I felt her kick. So I would be lying to y'all if I said I wasn't like, how am I gonna be for my birthday this year? Because I definitely have been praying about that. So keep me in your prayers about that. But it was just like, I had a great birthday. It was just like back to back to back to back stuff. And it got really annoying really quick. Not to mention, shortly after that, my uncle passed away. And it was just like a very sudden death in my family. And we're just like, what the heck? And then shortly after, my godmother / aunt, she passed away. And that was sudden and unexpected. And it was just like, bro, what is going on? Oh, well, I guess I'm just talking about this year. But a little bit before that, my husband's grandmother passed away. So it was just difficult. And y'all know, like, the whole superstitious thing. I try not to really, especially now. I used to think about it a lot. But, like, there's 3 people that usually die around the same time. So that was 3. And, of course, I'm just being honest and telling y'all how I was thinking. Because when you're pregnant, it's just like, yo, what is going on? So having that and kind of in my mind, not saying that it was right, because obviously the Lord is sovereign and he's going to control what need to be done or what has to be done. My morphine, look at it. It's been like just like coming out like that. Ugh, I don't like that. because that means it's like broken and I'm gonna need another one. But yeah, so of course in my head I'm like, dang, like it's because I'm pregnant. I can't control this. Like, what's going on? So that was just a difficult time, like grieving, right? Of course, bro, where is my color? Okay. Of course, I'm already like on pins and needles because color correcting. This is my pregnancy after having a miscarriage. So it's like, I'm nervous as all get out. And it just felt like we were holding our breath. But being that I was already 3 months at this point, we had already told our family like a little bit before Christmas. So everything was cool, like on that aspect. But it was still like nerve-wracking, you know? This was the furthest that I've gotten in my pregnancy because, like I said, I had a miscarriage early on. It was probably like, I think I was 7 weeks. Yeah, I was 7 weeks when I had my miscarriage. And that was my very, very first pregnancy. So, yeah, we go on, we move on, whatever. I'm in the process of like planning my I'm in the process of planning a gender reveal. That was a lot. It was a lot of drama surrounding that. It was just and this has been an emotionally taxing year in more ways than one. And that was a whole thing. But it all worked out. It was beautiful. And some things that I think was just really interesting. I don't know if I shared this before. I probably have. But the theme of the gender reveal was heaven sent. And that was because I had a miscarriage the first time I was pregnant. So I was thinking of like, oh, Skylar's heaven sent. Like, this is great. She's sent from the Lord. Like, the Lord has blessed us with our rainbow baby. All the things, right? Did I use too much? I put too much on. Yeah, so that was my reasoning for doing all of that. And then the shower theme was, it played off of the gender reveal, which was, I'm lying. The shower theme was heaven sent. The gender reveal was I just wanted like clouds and stuff intertwined with it so it could be connected and people could do the math after, you know what I'm saying? So there was like clouds and stuff. That was, if you saw the gender reveal video, then you know that there were clouds in the actual reveal. So like now that Skylar isn't here, why is this happening? Why am I still seeing it? I thought it's supposed to correct. Anyway. Yeah, being that Skylar's no longer here, seeing that like the gender reveal was like, all tied together. It was just like, obviously this was the Lord that just wanted her, And it was just kind of like, wow, like everything's connected in this like weird way. And more about that in detail at another time. But those are just two like things that I looked at and I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. So that happened, and then we're in like March. So in March around this time, we're trying to figure out where the heck we're gonna live, okay? Because our lease was expiring. It was supposed to expire in December of 2023, and Corey and I decided that like December just wasn't going to work for us. So I went, and don't look, pro tip, go to your management office, especially if you're in good standing with them, and be like, look, if you need an extension and you don't want to pay the month to month, go talk to them. Because I went to talk to them and I was just like, we ain't doing this. We are not doing this. This price right here, we're not doing it. So what can y'all do? Help me help y'all, because y'all still want this. They still want the rent from you, and it's less of a hassle trying to look for somebody else to replace the apartment. To start living in the apartment that you're in. So, of course, they would just want to keep you in there. So, go talk to them. So, that's what I did. I talked to my management office, and I was just like, Is there anything that can be done? Like, we ain't never been late on no rent. Like, what's going on? Blah, 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 blah. And they were like, yeah, we could do that. So we ended up extending our lease for 6 months, meaning that we were supposed to leave out that apartment in May. If you follow Corey and I's channel, you already know kind of the gist of everything that happened. But yeah, we were supposed to leave in May. So we had already been planning to find a home, and we've been talking to our accountant and our realtor at this point. So now it was time to start the process for real, and like start looking up where we want to be and the pre-approval and all the things. Nerve-wracking, okay? Especially being an entrepreneur and you don't have a traditional 9 to 5, you don't look, they going to do their due diligence and ask you for a bunch of documents all the time. Expect emails all the time, every single day. Oh, we need this. Oh, we need this item. Oh, we need to see proof of this. Like that was back to back, and it was stressful. It was stressful, okay? Not to mention, this is all falling more so on Corey, because my husband, because I'm very pregnant, and it was just a lot of adjustment for us both. Like, obviously it wasn't like I wasn't doing anything, but this was just a major adjustment. So by this time, everything's going well with the pregnancy. All that's fine and dandy. Like, nothing's wrong. I never ever showed symptoms of like there being any issues with Skylar. Like, nothing was wrong. Blood pressure was always good. Boom, 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 boom. Right? When I tell you the process for the home thing was very extensive, very, very, very extensive. Like, I don't know how else I can emphasize that. Because we needed a quick turnaround, okay? We couldn't buy no fixer-upper. Fixer-upper wasn't working. You know why? Because we needed to move right away. We needed to move right away. And we needed something that was... I always wanted to do this. Let's just... Girls be doing that, and now I gotta do it. This is the Danessa Myricks skin tint in the color 12. And I've been feeling it. I've been feeling it a lot, actually. Yeah. So we were doing a lot. What was I saying? They were asking for a lot. Oh, and we were able to qualify for grants. So the thing with us was, we originally wanted to get a multifamily, but the multifamilies weren't gonna work for us because of it just wasn't gonna work for us. I'm not gonna go into detail. Yeah. So it just wasn't gonna work for us. We decided to get a single family. We decided to get a single family, and it just was going to fit the better set of options that we needed it to fit. So that's what we did, and that ended up helping us a lot because it increased what we were being approved for. Long story short, the Lord literally worked and did his big one, because we were not supposed to be in this house. The full story is on our channel. You are more than welcome to go watch that. I don't want to get into detail because it is a very long a long explanation. But so that was stressful. That was from, we started looking at homes and stuff. Our realtor was very thorough. We started looking probably like mid-March. We found our home went on the market in April. We started that process, and literally April 30th is when everything happened with Skylar. Now, that in itself is just really, I still process it. I'm still processing it because it's just like, not only was it a near-death experience, but I also don't have my daughter. Like, my daughter died. So not only did I almost die, but my daughter actually died. And even saying that is weird to me, And like it literally feels like it's been 3 years in one, because I feel like the first part of the year was like me being pregnant. The second part of the year was like us trying to get, well, the second year was like me almost dying, and then also us trying to get this home. And then the third year has been us living in this home. So it's just like a lot happened in a short amount of time, and it's just been crazy. So literally everything to happen with Skylar the way that it did, it just cracked my brain, because I should have been dead. I literally should have died. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. So the Lord clearly still wants me here and has me here for a reason. And I just be praying and asking him, like, to show me exactly what that is and what that looks like. I feel like the rest of this year, after everything happened, was like seriously a time for me to process, a time for my husband to process. I'm still processing it. A time to like regroup, because it's been such a crazy year. I do not have the tip of this came off, and we've been winging it ever since. But yeah, like, my husband and I have been processing it, and life did not stop. Like, life hasn't stopped. It waits for no one. And it's just, I've been trying not to beat myself up on like being so gung-ho and like, oh, ready to go. Let's start working again. Like, we have started working again, but we've been really intentional about like easing our way. And especially for me, I've been really intentional about easing my way back in, because it was a lot. It is a lot. And grief, it does not just like, it doesn't look one way. You can't predict when it's going to happen. Side note, as y'all can see, this is not really full coverage. But I've been playing with it, because just like, I like it. And sometimes you don't want a whole beat face. Like, it depends on what you're going for with this. And yeah, that's just it. But anyway, so I've been like really intentional about like easing back into this little thing underneath it's so annoying. Easing back into working and what that looks like, content creation and what that looks like. I've been in prayer about how the Lord wants me to move forward. I don't want to just jump back into creating content for the sake of creating content. Like, that is not productive to me. Just for the sake of saying that you're being productive and that you're working. Like, that's the last thing that I want, especially with all that's happened in my life. Like, I know the Lord wants to do something, and I don't want to get in the way of that. I don't want to, knowing that he literally could have taken me and he didn't, and knowing that there's still something that he wants me to do, I want to be sure about what that is, and I want to be in prayer about what that looks like and seek his face in all of it. There are plenty of moments, like with yesterday being Christmas, I was not in the mood for nothing. I mentioned this in another video, I believe, but it just was like, miss me with the Christmas stuff this year, honestly. My daughter's not here. I was looking forward to this Christmas because I knew I already did the calculation, like, oh, she's gonna be 6 months, we're gonna be doing this, we're gonna be doing that, we're gonna be doing it. And that's not reality. That's not what happened. And that's heartbreaking. It's sad. It broke my heart. It's literally breaking my heart. And all I can do is take that to Jesus. All I could do is seek his face. All I can do is tell him, look, I need you to help me. And you see me crying. You see all these tears. You see how broken I am. You knew this was going to happen. You knew I would feel this way. You knew all of it. You are close to those with a broken heart and contrite spirit. Like, that's what your word says. So help me, bruh. Help me. Help me. I need you. And it's been days of that. There have been days where I've just stayed in the bed and didn't want to do anything. There's been days where I've just been like, I don't have it. And that's okay right now. And coming to the space where I'm saying, like, that's okay is even huge for me, because I hate the whole, people are kind of like looking at you like, oh, I hate that. I hate it. And obviously this is a situation that people are doing that because, hello, we lost a baby, right? But it's still annoying. Still very much annoying. So that happened, right? Everything with Skylar passing. Y'all seen the videos of like me just dealing with that like directly after. I've been in therapy. Therapy was cool. I just felt like it was just like a year of like Job. And I really thank God that I know him and like understand his word in the way that I do in this season, because it had this happen to me in a previous season where I wasn't really like seeking him. I didn't really know him, didn't understand his word, didn't understand the Bible for myself, was just a churchgoer and not an actual Christian. I would have been done. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I would have been done. Okay? It would have been over for me. Because this is the type of stuff that can take you out. And I feel like people look at me and they're like, oh, she's just so strong. No! It's Jesus. This has nothing to do with me. This is for the glory of the Lord. Like, this has nothing to do with me. And I think because people think that, or see the Lord holding me together, it's like automatic, like, oh, it's not phasing her. It is. I still have my days, I still have my moments, but I'm not broken the way that people expect me to be broken. And I think it's just confusing to them because it's like they don't know the Lord in the same way. So it's just automatically like, oh, she's either so strong or it's not that bad. And it's like, no. I don't know how to explain it to you besides saying it's the Lord. But it's the Lord. And then it was just like on so many fronts, I feel like the enemy was attacking me, because directly after, like, where did my brush go? Directly after getting home from the hospital, it was like we were having issues with the funeral home company, with them doing what they need to do to like cremate Skylar. And just coming to the idea of having to cremate a baby. Do y'all know how crazy that is? Like, we had to tell the hospital, like, that was the only way. We had to that was the only way I would be able to get discharged, is if, well, not the only way I would be able to get discharged, but upon me leaving, they had to have a decision made of like, okay, are you just going to leave the baby up to us, like, to deal with her remains, or what? Because, yeah. And it's like, when they told me that, I was in the hospital for like a week. It wasn't even like, they didn't tell me that on the full first day, because obviously it was like, I just came out of surgery. I had an emergency C-section. That's not something you lay on a mother who's processing all the stuff about her baby. But so it had to be like 3 days in. So we had like literally a couple of days to make that decision. And how am I supposed to, like, how are we burying a baby or burning a baby? That's literally how I looked at it. Like, both of them sound insane. So coming up with that, we had so much support though. Like, the Lord allowed me to see his faithfulness and where he was in that time, the entire time. Because obviously it's like, Lord, I'm 33 weeks, and you could have saved her. I had preeclampsia. My blood pressure was 200 over 100 and something. My labs 3 times what they were supposed to be. Like, all the things, and you kept me, but you didn't save her. And there are women who experience preeclampsia, HELLP syndrome, and you save them, and you save their children. Why? Why not me? And he literally had to show me, like, Kiana, I was there with you the whole time. Like, this is my will, and you're going to have to make peace with that. However that looks like for you. But I was there, because I was yelling at the Lord. I was angry. I'm like, where were you, bro? Where were you? How could you allow this to happen? And he showed me that he was there the whole time. Like, the entire time. And he never left. Like, there was a peace that I had in the hospital that I've never experienced before. And the fact that, like, I was so calm. I was so calm after the C-section. I also was probably me being doped up on those drugs. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, because the calmness, but I think it was the Lord. And that sounds weird for me to say, but I'm serious, because it's just like, I was imagine if I wasn't, bro, like, just really think about it. I don't know. But it didn't really hit me. I went into the hospital on a Tuesday. It didn't hit me till like that Thursday. And that's maybe when the drugs were wearing off. But I also was looking at it as like, bro, you literally cannot crash out. Because your health is on the line. Like, imagine doctors keep coming to you and saying, oh, you're really, really sick. You're really, really sick. Like, that's all I was hearing. And I'm just like, bro, fix it then. Fix it. Like, what you want me to do? Do what you gotta do. And I'm like, okay, I can't really process my daughter dying right now, because I need my labs and stuff to get better. Like, this is how I think about stuff. And I don't know if that's healthy or not, but on Thursday, literally, I feel like that was the day where they were like, okay, things are trending up, like, you're good, you should be able to be discharged soon, all that stuff. That's when it started hitting me. And also, with me having a C-section, I could not cry out the way that I wanted to. Like, there's so many different levels to this, y'all. Like, y'all don't even understand. I could not cry out the way that I wanted to. I couldn't, like, because of my stitches. Not only that, my milk has started coming in, like, day 2. Because just because your child is no longer alive does not mean your body has registered and just going to stop producing and doing what it... No, you were pregnant. You have breast milk. So, having to, like, literally tell my brother, yo, can you stop at the store to get a cabbage for me so I can stop my milk from coming in? That was the thing. So, yeah, it was just a time. Where did I put... Oh. Yeah, it was a very difficult time. And then coming home, I feel like the enemy was just, like, attacking. Because at this point, we're still in the process of trying to get a home. Our finances are also crazy. Nothing stopped while this was going on. You know what I mean? So, still dealing with life stuff. And then I get home. We had to pack up all of our stuff because literally we had to pack up all of our stuff because we had to move. It was time to go. We still didn't have a place to live. So we moved in with Corey's mom. Thankfully, we weren't on the street. But it was just a very crazy time. Fast forward, Corey and I are going through it. And it was just a difficult time in our marriage because it's like he's going through it in a different way. I'm going through it in a different way. We're both parents still, but we're both grieving differently. Me being her mom, her literally like feeling her all the time to having to come to terms with her not being here, him being her dad. It's just completely different types of grief. And I just felt like the enemy was just like knocking, hitting me, swinging, left and right, right, left, uppercut, slant, like There are times I stayed in the room and I just cried in the dark. Because, bro, like, Lord, where are you? But when the enemy comes in like a flood, the Lord will lift up a standard against him. Not if the enemy, when. So that he did, and I'm forever grateful because that was such a time. Fast forward, we move into our home. Great things. Things that homeowners have to deal with. We started having to deal with. And ever since then, it's just been like we've been processing and doing what we need to do, figuring life out as it's been. Now, when I tell you the Lord has provided through and through, like, I can't even emphasize enough, there's so many different ways that he's provided. Not only with blessing us with this home, we're not supposed to be in this home, okay? No money down. That's number one. Number two, what I felt like I was lacking in a lot of different areas relationship-wise, the Lord continuously has shown me you're not lacking anything because you are a part of the body of Christ. I got you. Do you know how comforting that is? And it's frustrating because it's like, even though the relationships with people in your life that you were super, super close with isn't the same, and you still long for that and you still desire that, it's like you still haven't lacked in any other way. Like, that's just, I don't know. It means a lot to me because the Lord is just so intentional. Like, for me to be down here and still not, I'm not in a foreign land. I don't want to say that, but it's just like, for me to not be in an area where I grew up in and not comfortable in that sense, it's like I still don't feel like I've ever been alone. And that's because of the community that the Lord has placed around me, especially in times like this. Like, it's times when the bottom falls out and you could really see, like, okay, like, who the Lord has placed in your life to, like, show up and go ham for you. That, this year, I don't have any words. So, even though this year has been like a whirlwind, it's shown me the Lord's sovereignty. It's shown me, like, how our plans aren't his plans, but his plans are still very much sovereign. And if are you okay with that? Like, are you okay with stuff not going the way that you planned? Like, are you still going to reverence him? Are you still going to think that he's good? Are you still going to look for the ways that he's good? Are you still grateful? Are you still willing to be his and go through suffering and know that it's not because of anything that you've personally done wrong? Because I think a lot of times, especially listening to prosperity gospel, it's like you're used to, like, the Lord's going to bless you, the Lord's going to bless you, the Lord's going to bless you. And then when you go through a trial, it's like, why isn't the Lord blessing me right now? Like, what happened to the Lord's going to bless me? And it doesn't, if you are walking righteously and you are pursuing Christ the way that he desires for you to pursue him, you're not excused for suffering. Like, Christians are not excused from suffering. And that's one thing that I've learned from my Bible, and I feel like I learned prior to this situation, and it allowed me to apply the Bible in a different way in my life in this season. When I tell you, there were people messaging me, telling me from YouTube. If you look at the people were messaging me, commenting, saying stuff like, oh, there's sin in your life that you need to repent from. There's generational curses, all these things. And I'm just like, they don't truly have an understanding of the word and what suffering is and how you don't have to be sinful in order to experience suffering. Like, just because you experience suffering does not mean that you're not right with God. Job, the Lord literally said, have you considered my servant Job? Like, he said, here, Satan, try him. Not like, oh, Satan, look, Job, he down there running amok. Get him. He said, no, have you considered my servant? So I literally, like, there were times where I messaged people back and I had to pray about it because I'm like, I want to go off on you. Like, not, you don't know. And first of all, just the fact that you think it's okay to, let I just stop my makeup. The fact that you think it's okay to even say that to a grieving mother that you do not know personally. Weird. Not only that, but it's like, you don't know if that could have made me jump off the rocker. You know what I'm saying? Why would you ever say that? That's number one. Number two, I'm like, Lord, okay, how do I go about this? Because why, like, their view on it is completely off. So I had to, I was granted the opportunity to correct them with the word. And I'm grateful that I was able to even be able to do that, because had I not known the Bible the way that I do now, I could have believed all the comments and been like, nah, this is something that I've done. Like, this is a generational curse on me. Like, I was wrong in some area of my life, Lord, and I'm sorry. Like, repenting for stuff that the Lord has already forgiven me for. Like, the generational curse thing, it really, really blows mine, because Jesus Christ became a curse for us. It says that in the Bible, okay? So stop referring to the Old Testament, and don't come my way trying to do. And you know what the response was that I got? Oh, I'm so sorry if I offended you, bro. Think about what you're writing to people. Please don't do that. Please. But I wasn't like, I didn't linger on it too much. I don't feel like. I just was annoyed with the fact of, like, what if it wasn't me? Like, what if you're saying this to other people who don't know the word in the same capacity that I do? And I'm not trying to be like, oh, like, I know the word. That's not what I mean. I'm just saying, like, the words that you say to people, the things that you choose to comment, it could be so detrimental, and you're not even thinking about that. You're just trying to, for the sake of just, like, you're just ignorant in that sense, and it's just like, oh, let me just say this. No, you don't know. And to say, like, oh, there might be sin, you don't know me personally. You don't know my walk with the Lord. You don't know my life. So how can you... I don't like that. Didn't like that one bit. And then I posted one time about, like, me going through Skylar stuff, and I thought I was okay to do so, and you know, I was in a good space that day. And then Corey came and comforted me, blah blah. Posted this, and this girl messaged me, and she's like, oh, this really encouraged me, blah 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 blah. I hope you're okay. I'm paraphrasing. But the end of the message was basically like, oh, what are you planning to do with your daughter's stuff? Because she was pregnant. So she was asking me if I would be willing to give her my daughter's stuff. So it just X's out everything that you were saying, trying to encourage him. Like, oh, that was so no, you just want my daughter's stuff. That's not weird. Y'all let me know if it's weird. Let me know if I'm bugging. I didn't even respond, because just, like, people are crazy. Okay? People are crazy. And you can't go off. You cannot go off. And I know that's the Lord. I know the Lord has changed me, because the old Kiana. And I'm like, no, I just have to consistently be a representation of Christ. And I bite my tongue so much. And I'm like, Lord, I just need to be a representation of you. I need to be a representation of you. It's not easy. So I feel like the Lord has He's refined me in that way. I'm going to just leave that there. Because what? I just think it's so crazy that people are so comfortable to comment on people's lives. Like, you do not know nobody. If I see other people's stuff and I have, like, a opinion, I'm not going to comment. I'm going to just keep my opinion to like, oh, this might be what's really good. Okay, we all have that, but, like, do you know them? No. But no, people take the time out to comment. That's weird. It's weird. Stop doing that. It's weird. Anyway. This makeup is basically done. Hopefully it looks okay to y'all. And when I edit this. Whew. I don't have my liner. I need a spray. This just need to be like a little everyday makeup so I can do this next video. But yeah, so the end of my year has been obviously me navigating grief and whatever that looks like. I keep forgetting about this stuff in that thing. But not only that, just like, of course, this is a question of like, Lord, okay, I'm about to be 30 this next year. Not that I'm in a rush to have a child, because they have advised you to wait so your body could heal for real after a C-section, but it's like, Lord, so it's that. My prayer is just that I'm not fearful the next time. You know what I mean? I don't want to be fearful. And holding my breath the entire time. So, leaving that all in the Lord's hands, my prayer is that this next year, it's productive, it's blessed, it's full of peace, full of joy. That his hand is just seen in it, every part of it, every month. And that people are blessed, that the Lord uses me, and that people are blessed with what he wants to do through my life, that he gets all the glory, that he takes away any hesitation, any lack of confidence and nervousness, and that he just feel like he's been like pulling that arrow back, pulling me back as an arrow, and now it's just time for me to spring forth. And not to be scared of that, because I just be talking myself out of stuff and overthinking. So I just pray that that's not the case. Excuse me, in 2025, we are entering into a new year. This will be a new decade for me. And yeah, I pray that this was a blessed time for y'all. Watching, hearing me share about this year and what it was for me. I pray that this next year is like a blessing for y'all. I pray that 2024 wasn't even a quarter of as bad as it was. I don't want to say the word bad, but as crazy and intense as it was for me, as it was for y'all. And I just pray that you guys have a blessed new year. And I'll see y'all in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this little makeup chit chat. Let me know if you did. Okay? I didn't even put no blush on. I didn't even put no lip gloss on. All that stuff is in the next room, and I'm not getting up right now to get it. I'll put it on after. But yeah, love you, love you, love you, love you. See you in the next video. Bye. We're gonna stop doing this too. We're gonna do over that. See y'all.